little bit out of control, but you know, just a little bit on the crazy side. I prefer that one.
It's like Moses that forgot to take his medication, you know, today, kind of Moses, right?
I'm thinking Las Vegas crazy Moses. That's too much.
No, that works.
That works. All right, that's the version you prefer. Fair enough then. Well, we are going to head into it here. It's Mousesports starting on the CT side, and then will be EchoFox starting on the terrorist side. And so far, it looks like EchoFox is going to take over the hallways fairly quickly. In fact, they're going to be right down drop as Mouse are setting up. Oh no, it's raining terrorists, and Dennis and Speedy are going to be out of it. What a horrific way to start if you're on the CT side.
This is all over the place. Now they can go either way. This is so difficult for Mousesports. Nico's trying to spot into connector right now to give themselves a fighting chance, and Chris J will be able to pick up the first shot, but Freakazoid is there to take out Nico. So now you have two CTs alive in a 2v4, each one on their own site, and there's no way the guy playing B can come over to support his mate on A.
Yeah, Chris is also getting shot in the back. I mean, he was trying his best then, but it was never going to happen. It's Freakazoid ending up with a double kill and just an extremely fast push coming out of EchoFox. And it's so unfortunate because it actually catches them as they're setting up. They're trying and failing to do that boost for a while, and then out of the sky, terrorists coming. They don't even have parachutes. They just
smashed him into the ground. It was like that anime sort of style, just boom, cracks. Well, 2 kills as well. But also, the key thing here is that Mousesports were clearly expecting a bit of a slower pace to come out from EchoFox. They're thinking, Sean Gares, this tactician, he's going to be measured, he's going to be slow, he's going to just, you know, feel us out and then go for an execute. No, EchoFox didn't waste any time at all. And actually, this is that kind of style that we saw from EchoFox yesterday, where it's just like, actually, we're just not going to show you any respect. We're going to charge in, we're going to take control of the situation.
A lot of SMGs in play right now. Shazam going to pick up a kill, which is great news. Again, he's going to probably buy that AWP later on, so you want him to have as much money as possible, essentially, to buy that rifle. But the other two, I think it's too much. I still think having more than 2 SMGs is just a bit ridiculous. But yeah, if you are going to have them, at the very least, use them to enter the bomb side with.
At least the P90 you can use against armor. I mean, you can use that as a regular rifle replacement. You're making the same money as a rifle kill as well. You're not getting that bonus money that you get with the MP7 or the MAC-10. But yeah, I'm not a fan either because there's just not enough kills going around. It feels like to really make them worthwhile, unless you hold on to them for the next 2 rounds, which could happen here. I mean, so far it doesn't look like Mousesports. Well, as I say that, Nico finds an instant headshot on Rick, so that starts things off nicely. But Shazam with the spray, not going to get it. Chris is there to shut him down. Freakazoid will follow it up.
But that's a big problem because that's actually the P90 that's been lost here to Nico. So I really wish that he would try and save it. I'm even halfway. He did buy the Deagle, didn't he?
Oh, no, he disconnected again.
Really?
Yep. What is this?
Might have been in the perfect place, though. Maybe he will live through the round.
There he's back.
So I'm wondering what kind of disconnect that is. It seems like a sort of a USB port problem, maybe.
Maybe so, something, because his like mouse just stopped moving.
Yeah, I think froze. That's logical. Look, either way, because he bought the Deagle, okay, he's going to do it anyway. So I was going to say because he bought the Deagle, there's less chance he'll buy armor, but he did because when you save the P90 again, he's straight into armor with no. Well, actually, he's going to buy the head armor as well. Wow, that's a big investment for Nico to make here.
$1,000 just means that, you know, unless he can actually find a kill here or 2, he's going to be low on nades going into the next round. So he needs to actually have that impact here in this round, make it count. And drop isn't a bad place, although the nades coming in doing a bit of damage. Speedy's going to get roasted. That Molotov going down as well. That's going to force them out into the open. Speedy so very low. And Rick's with the double kill. Does not let them get out of it. So the risk taken by Nico investing in that Kevlar helmet just not paying off.
Ooh, nice shot from Chris, though. I'm wondering if Nex could go and pick up that P90 now that things have cooled down a bit and drop. And the thing is, that first shot that Chris got here, that was the bomb carrier. Again, for EchoFox, they keep putting the bomb in a bit of a risky position. You were pointing this out yesterday, that it sort of kept happening. Nex, 1 versus 3, not a good position.
The important bit here is that they've recovered the AK. So if they can find Nex and save that P90, basically, that's going to come down to Shazam, who's going to fail completely with his spray with that MAC-10 against a guy who had no Kevlar either, so that was interesting. But they saved both rifles, EchoFox, so best kind of situation for him. They might have been able to make it work if Speedy hadn't taken so much nade damage to start, because I think when that Molotov went down, he was already at like 24, 25 HP.
Yeah.
So Speedy just had to bail instantly as soon as that Molotov goes down.
That's twice now. They've tried to do that boost and been sort of either caught or at least it's failed in the middle of the boost. That's going to be a bit annoying. Either way, Nico, in spite of that investment, he's not in such a bad position. He does like head armor, but that doesn't really make a difference anymore. AWP on Shazam and 1 on Chris as well. So we'll see if they can have a quick comeback here into the game early on. Mousesports, who have really had some trouble on this map on the first day here.
Whew.
Wow.
That sucks. Lots of damage already, but another quick execute coming out here for Echo Fox. Straight out onto the B site, no time wasted. Mousesports, though, not really getting caught out. Nicely done from them, although Freakazoid is going to open things up. He catches next, flanks out Speedy as well. And the third man not for long for this world. Roka will find Dennis. So just like this, I mean, Mousesports are clearly not expecting this kind of aggression to be coming out of Echo Fox. Same thing in the pistol round, here in the first rifle round. Echo Fox are just charging at them. They aren't giving them any time to set up.
Wow, yeah, the speed is just way too much for them to handle. Freakazoid with some really good entries there. And also Sean, I mean, in spite of taking that damage early on, there was no slowdown, you know, he just kind of went with it anyway, which I think you have to do. So we'll see. This is obviously a bit of a tough start. It's not the end of the world, although this is right around the time when Mousesports yesterday started to show that they sort of mentally were almost out of the game.
Yeah, a few rounds in, right? The frustration mounts. I mean, we could probably see that because they're going to be thinking in this matchup, well, we are supposed to be even with these guys. We should be the ones winning it. And right now, I mean, Sean Gares, that's the beauty of Sean, right? And it's good that you point that out. When he eats that HE, he doesn't stop because Sean Gares is the kind of in-game leader who's seeing a window. He sees a window of time where his strategy is going to be most effective during this window. So he realizes we have to hit right now, no time wasted, or my strat just falls apart and we need to change up. So he just stuck to the plan right from the start saying, right, we need to go fast. Nothing can slow us down. And it gets the job done. 4-0 lead for Echo Fox.
Yeah, but it's also hard to read too much into these early rounds because right now I think Chris has more kills than his entire team combined. So just one person is doing more than the other 4 on his team. So I mean, yeah, look at Speedy and Dan haven't killed anyone yet, right? And on the other team we got Freakazoid with 7-0-0. So it's a bit ridiculous, right? It's an incorrect picture of how this game is probably going to play out in a couple of rounds. So I'd give it a moment before we start panicking too much for Mousesports. Sean trying to check the corner, actually, but still going to get down by Nico, who is trying to follow it up. He wants more headshots. He doesn't even have armor, but he's sensing that there is a chance for him to maybe get another kill in here.
Well, there's the pop flash. His teammate is pushing up as well. Not going to find the headshot. Instead, that's Roka shutting him down. But Roka, he's still in a passive enough position where he can back off. Exactly. Play it safe, play the angles, catches Dennis. He doesn't know that there's that third man waiting to push around the angle, so there may be a timing there for Mousesports to try and take advantage of it, but Echo Fox not wasting any time. They're going to go charging out. Chris with the peekaboo kill on Freakazoid just jumps out of nowhere. And we're into a 3-on-3, now a 3-on-2. Chris just dominating the site.
Did he catch a glimpse of the guy playing behind the truck? I'm not sure that he did. Going to be up on the rooftop very nearly. Sees the shadow of Shazam and going to end up taking it down. What a great round from Chris here. Going to continue just the way that he started. Triple kill right now, and Roka, look at him, he's actually caught in here, trying to flash his way out of the vent just a little bit, but crawling through like that is never going to work. And that's a fantastic round for Mousesports. Chris, I actually think this play was a complete mistake from his point of view. I think he had no idea that they were going to be this far up. It wasn't, I very seriously thought that was planned.
But what happened to Shazam? I mean, Shazam was the man he was looking dead on towards Chris. So was he unscoped? Did he unscope as Chris jumped up? It was just like some weird timing there for Chris to find that window, because it looked to me like Chris should have been dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he definitely should have. But it worked out, and he made absolutely the most out of that round following what happened then. 4-1, and moving into the 6th round. This time we have Chris over by Chicken Coop, which is interesting again. It's just something that we always like to see when AWPers take up different positions in different rounds, because otherwise it becomes so much easier to counter them. If you know where they're going to be standing, you just throw a smoke on that spot, and that's pretty much the end of it. So, like him moving around a little bit. The setup is also, look at the stack going on. I mean, it's not even just that, it's also the fact that Nico is so far away from everyone else, so they can't really help him out too much.
Now we get into the default play, but I think this is Kasad and Nico basically putting their heads together and saying, well, Echo Fox has been successful twice already with a very quick execute onto the B site, so we'll put 4 players there. We'll stack an extra man on that B defense, just in case they try to go and pull a fast one again. Not going to happen, though. Sean calls for a default setup this time around. Well, Echo Fox, again, just focused on this drop area. They want to open up connector and really start to give themselves options to split onto either site.
They do have a very good setup to try and deal with this right now. There could be some trouble if Chris goes down and doesn't get some early kills by Chicken Coop here, because then, especially Speedy now, will be suddenly trapped between these two angles, and that's never what you want. Going for the early kill there. Shazam is going to be going down, and Roka to follow. Great job from Chris. He seems to have really turned up today. And even Speedy coming into play now. Second kill of the round for him. Sean probably just having a conversation with his teammates.
Right now, I'm wondering. I mean, we can actually look over him. That's the beauty of LAN, right? We can actually just look and see. But this is just a horrible situation for Sean because he has 0 impact in this round whatsoever. He just saves his AK for the next one, which is dandy. What's their money like right now? Can't be too much. No,
it is pretty much out. Freak could buy an AK and armor, but definitely not worth it. Chris right now is 10-0-3. He's still doing more than his entire team combined. That's now starting in the 7th round. That's pretty unusual.
Oh. Shazam already showing emotion?
Has Mousesports climbed out of the salt mines and put Echo Fox in them?
Trade places?
It could be.
I mean, you're right to bring it up. Yesterday we saw Mousesports collapse within the first few rounds on the map and just start, arguing. I think Nico was telling Chris to shut up, stuff like that, where it's just like, okay, guys, maybe chill a little bit.
Yeah, but actually, I think people read that the wrong way, because I was reading on Reddit, and people were saying, like, oh, like, that's a sign that, like, he's being very emotional. Actually, I think telling your teammates to shut up is fine if they're really arguing about ridiculous things after the round. I would say the same thing. I don't think that's, like, an uncontrollable emotional outburst. It's more that, like, their body language, all of them, their body language was so bad, they just looked completely defeated. And we were talking when it was like 4-1 or something like that. They were just giving up. So. Yeah, that was unreal, how early on into the map. And when they were playing on CT side Cobble as well. No, it was very interesting to see. Speedy will get the instant headshot onto Sean Gares, just gets that double tap in, kind of clipped the wall, it looks like. So Sean lives with half HP. Freakazoid has invested a little bit in this round as well. He's got Kevlar Tech 9, and he will get that AK now as well. What are they doing? They're just passing up the Tech 9. I like it. Give the guy with more HP and the Kevlar the AK to work with. Rifle juggling, a new skill, a new sub skill, coming into the world of swords is just not enough, right? I got torches. Nah, man. You haven't lived until you juggled AKs. There's one for the books. Sean going to be charging in with the Tech 9, and Dennis just getting absolutely tracked by that Tech 9's Freakazoid going to be getting a kill there, but Speedy getting a lot in return. Look at that triple before he's out of the round, and now it's all on Rix. Trying to see if he could at least get a bomb plant in here, faking it once. He actually wants to try and see if he can win the round. The next is going to be able to take him out. It's one of those things that's so hard to judge, right? Because you always want to do, like, sort of almost reverse engineering and say, well, if you got the bomb down, he would have got the bonus, right? But, he wanted to try and win the round. But 2 of his teammates are sitting on $3K, right? So if he gets that bonus $800, they're running full AKs and a healthy number of nades. Instead, he tries to be the hero. Instead, the whole point of that round was to get that bomb down. And he was in a position where he could have just stuck it. And I mean, he doesn't know how close, if they're charging him or whatever. Yeah, sure. But it's just like, I'm just thinking, if he'd had that bonus 800, it would be a stronger round here. Because now Sean Gares has to go Tech 9 just to get the nades. We do have a bit of a technical timeout here from Mousesports, so they'll be back in the game obviously as soon as they can. You can see them talking to the league admins to make sure that things are running all right. Here's what I actually think was wrong. I mean, it's true we could talk about planting or not planting in that situation, but I think what really went wrong is that everyone tried to fight Mousesports before the bomb was even down. You're supposed to just get one guy in there, put the bomb down, then take the fight as they try and go in for the defuse. But they were obviously just out in the open fighting the Mousesports team for no real reason. They just kept running around the statue to try and look for fights. 8th round is where we're at right now, and at least they could still they're sort of still going for it here. Echo Fox, I think it's a reasonable idea. Okay, yeah, basically I'm having a back and forth with production right now because I'm just blown away by what's actually happening. Apparently Nico, somebody trolled this guy. That's the only reason, that's the only way this makes sense. Somebody has literally bound a key on his keyboard to cause him to alt-tab. So he just keeps alt-tabbing repeatedly because he keeps hitting a key. And I'm just like, what, is it the Windows key? I don't, like, what's going on here? He actually, Please
is this real life?
Tell me it's not sticky keys.
Oh, okay, but if he repeatedly hits shift or something like that? Yeah, that could happen.
There used to be, I don't want people to have the wrong impression, but there used to be a fantastic Windows exploit that involved the sticky keys.
Yes.
Where you could essentially make Windows call up the command prompt from the login screen, and then just using the sticky keys, and then you would have full access to the system, even without logging in. Pretty good stuff. Windows security always
on point, yeah.
Always. That was probably in Windows XP or earlier, so I think it's been out for a while now, sadly.
What?
Oh my god. This is what nightmares are made of.
Are you kidding me? This is a dream. For all of those chickens, those soulless chickens on Inferno that have plagued us for years, watching them go up like that. Yes.
Just imagine you wake up in the middle of the night and you hear that sound outside, just a million chickens, you know, and they're pecking at the windows, and the windows starting to crack, and you just can't escape, you know. What an absolutely horrible idea.
Well, we have Freakazoid versus Chris J. That's the matchup right now that's being featured because both these guys are hitting shots. Chris in particular, we've seen him dominate most of the rounds that Mousesports have been able to pick up. So 11-4 start for Chris J. Reverse James Bond to begin with.
Yeah, well, isn't this...
Oh, no, that was Freakazoid who had the reverse James Bond.
Yeah, Freak did have a 7-0-0, you're right. I mean, isn't this one of the fun things about Counter-Strike? It's just how much difference a day makes, you know? I'm sure that must be true in other sports. Obviously, I don't touch regular sports, but I mean, it's interesting that you can have sort of one player having a very bad day and then they show up, and it could even switch later on. I mean, for map 2, Chris could be off, right? But right now, he's definitely doing a fantastic job. And actually, a timeout like this could almost be a bit annoying sometimes. You know, if you're doing this well, you want the game to continue, right? You want it to keep going.
I was like, how good do you feel right now if you're Nico and it's not all on you to get something done here, you know, or Nex or anybody? It's just like, oh, Chris, you're doing work. Wow, great then. That's fine. That works, right? Like, that's as good as it gets.
Well, as we sort out the technical issues, we will be having a real quick break, and when we come back, we'll obviously continue here with Mousesports and EchoFox. Well, welcome back. We do have Mousesports and EchoFox. Just about to resume the game here on Cobblestone, so it is the first match of the day here at Eleague. But the map we have here, who seems to be running into technical problems, luckily, you know, once he's in the game and things are working, is pretty damn good at the game, it seems.
Yeah, that's the big difference with Nico, though. He's so good. He doesn't actually have to be tabbed into the game to still wreck you. Oh, and we're not wasting any time, actually. We're right back into it.
And I'm noticing he's playing with NetGraph on in the middle of the game.
That's interesting.
That freaks me out.
So what, is he checking like his FPS or something?
Yeah, maybe. That would be a distraction to me, but obviously I'm not exactly Nico. Chris and Nico, quite a powerful team now, going to be pushing out a little bit on long and on the other side, because we did just have a round where EchoFox didn't get the bomb plant down. That was Rix in a 1v2, and he tried to go for the win, didn't get the bomb down. They still bought, and it's not the end of the world, but you can clearly tell that if they wanted to sort of fake out, you know, throw some grenades and then go somewhere else, they wouldn't have enough grenades for that now. They kind of have to commit to one bomb site and then go for it, because once these smokes are down, then that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Very little room for maneuvering here. Sean Gares, I mean, he was running with that Tech 9. He would have been fast enough to catch them in that long push that Mousesports were trying to set up with Chris J. And I do like that Chris is over on the A site now. He's shown himself on the B side a few times. Now he's going to go back over towards A. Sean might have to run into him eventually because Sean is currently the one clearing out the holes over there. But again, there's just this massive focus on drop. Both of the teams constantly putting somebody over there. It's one of the keys of Cobblestone. You have to keep drop control.
Shazam not going for the boost that we've seen people do all the time here, but he's just worried that someone's going to use that newly found stairwell over there. But so far, very, very passive defense, in fact, being put up by Mousesports. They're done with trying to boost in drop. Nico's just playing on the ramp over by the A-bomb site. So, yeah, very, very casual stuff. And I don't blame Mousesports. They've been doing a pretty good job the last couple of rounds.
Well, the nades are coming in now. This is going to be that execute, and they are going to commit to it. Bomb has been picked up, but Chris J is going to get the first kill. Shuts down Roka, but Shazam is there to get the trade onto Nex. Freakazoid once again looking to catch somebody out of position here by Connector, but he's going to get caught by Speedy. Chris with another kill. And it's just falling apart. Echo Fox, they have so little time to work with. Chris is just dominating them again. 3 kills for Chris on this site. He's just not missing anything right now, Anders.
No, it doesn't seem like it, and that's really good news, especially after the timeout, right? You want to make sure you get back into it, and he definitely has. I'm wondering, it seemed like Rick's coming through drop there didn't really do a lot. You see he's in here now on this replay, and Chris is shooting. Everyone is taking battles with the people on plateau, and it doesn't seem like Rick's is creating any opening for his teammates, right? No one has to turn around and focus on him. In fact, I think he's the last to go down, so they can deal with him after everything else is done, and that's a timing problem. They need to sort that out.
Oh, here we go. The charge. Oh, the nade stop. That's so annoying. The Freakazoid's able to power through, and he's trying to put that pressure on now. Next, though, playing the angle correctly, will be able to spot Shazam out in the open. He even gets the spray, doing massive damage to multiple targets here. But that bomb will get planted. This time around, Echo Fox, their success. Never mind.
Why you do this, Semler?
I cursed him, Anders.
And again. Try it one more time, Riggs, please.
I cursed him.
See, if this was a different game and it wasn't Counter-Strike, you know, you'd be able to put a Claymore mine or something on the plant zone, right? That's basically what that was. Twice they tried to put the bomb down, and twice they got grenaded out of it. That's just got to feel incredibly frustrating. And honestly, Mousesports, I mean, look at what they're playing right now on the CT side. Compared with yesterday, this is way better.
Yeah, they've definitely. Wow. I suppose life gets a whole lot easier when your opper is just wrecking people, getting 2 to 3 kills around. It's not too shabby a situation, right? But you're right. I mean, this is a different Mousesports, and I think Echo Fox are just kind of getting slapped around now. And now it's going to come down to the strength of will for Echo Fox. Can Sean Gares, rally the troops and get them to focus up again? Because the frustration must be mounting. That's 5 rounds in a row, as we saw there. That's 5 rounds in a row for Mousesports on the CT side of Cobble.
Well, especially if they were thinking that Mousesports were going to be very weak on this map, which you could sort of forgive them for maybe thinking, given yesterday's performances. Nico with the early frag here, taking out Rix, and Dennis hiding in the corner. That's such good movement. Look at the incredible timing. Actually, we need to see that from Freak's point of view. I'm quite sure Freak walked through that smoke and thought, there's no way he could be anywhere here. I've checked all the corners and that's it. That's just very impressive. Roka is going to be alone in a 1-on-4, and again, this is one of those situations where you cannot obviously win the round unless they make some crucial mistakes, but you can still do a lot of damage, and that's kind of important, actually.
Dennis is fully committed to this angle, however. As soon as Roka steps out here, he should get spotted, although it does seem like he's able to dance a bit. Dennis eventually opens that angle. No need to save the AWP, Dennis. You already have 2 guys rocking him. Nico, rather, first picked it up, but yeah, he just barely gets around him.
I think maybe he saw a sleeve or something, and that was it. You know, that was some good ninja stuff coming out of Dennis. I like it.
Timing was perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a round that Dennis is going to feel good about, and he's had a bit of a slow start here on this map so far, so getting 2 kills, being able to stop Shazam from trying to get the punish as well. Solid work from him over on A.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Nex and Dennis are at 3 and 4 kills. It doesn't really matter that much right now because Chris is at 15 and 4, so just as long as he keeps doing that, it's going to work out just fine. And Speedy also having a very good game, it seems. But Nico has gone down, and now Echo Fox actually trying to speed up quite a bit behind it. Can they catch out Speedy behind that truck? If they can, then that will probably open up the bomb site for them. Speedy, oh, what a great angle. Again, the same one that Chris was using, and taking out Roka. It's a very good kill coming through. Dennis coming in with 2 kills and making it a 2-on-3.
Perfectly done by Dennis, hiding beneath the balcony. Whoa, the wall bank shot onto Shazam as well. Now it's just Sean. All he could do is hope that he can actually get up onto that site, but it's worse. The bomb is dropped under balcony. This is not even going to happen. Next with the instant headshot. What a round from Dennis. Back-to-back strong rounds from him. This is only going to be better. I mean, this is only going to boost the morale for Mousesports at this point, because you got Chris leading the charge, Nico's hitting shots, but now Dennis is starting to wake up.
This shot's going to be ridiculous, isn't it? He does actually jump Shazam, so maybe that's what gave him the the opportunity there. But yeah, that's going to feel real good. And that's not, I mean, for Echo Fox, it kind of made sense, right? You kill Nico that early on in the middle. You want to try and power up behind it, but they ended up taking a lot of fights, which allowed the rest of Mousesports to rotate in, you know.
Speedy, I guess, has got to be the linchpin there, don't you think? Staying alive behind the van for so long?
Yeah, but in a way, they also gave him the room to do that, right? Maybe they should have just had a Molotov and played it out quick there. Dennis making use of the stairwell and getting 2 good kills in.
Ooh, that first one, that was beautiful. And now it's just through the smoke. Okay, then. Headshot onto Sean Gares.
Whatever you say, Dennis.
Right? Nothing working for Echo Fox. Dennis is taking control. Now Speedy looking to get in there. Nice pop flash from Freakazoid. He's just mad spraying right into it, but that sets it up for Next to pick up 1 kill. Dennis looking for a bit of a tap from Plateau. And Rick's hoping to be able to catch somebody out. He is going to be able to put some pressure on Nico. Nico missing the wall bang. But Chris J's there to save the day, shut him down. So no bomb plant for Echo Fox. And well, they did go for a round of eco there, so they will have the money to buy in this one. But man, it is just getting real one-sided here. That's 8 rounds in a row for Mousesports.
Yeah, quite impressive. I mean, so I said Nico was going to smash it, but he's not doing that at all. This right now is Speedy, Dennis, and Chris. 16-4 for Chris still. And Nico, some of the shots that he just missed with the AWP were very uncharacteristic. Those weren't hard shots to hit. He just maybe isn't feeling too confident right now. But it rarely ever happens that we see Nico sort of not turn up. My prediction is it's not going to last for very long.
No, it may be just like something that's lingering from the keybind issue that kind of threw him off his game a little bit.
Could be.
That definitely took a little bit more time to resolve than you would like. But for now, at least, Mousesports still very solid nade count, actually holding on to quite a few here as we get to the minute 20 mark in this round. And again, Echo Fox back to default, although they do actually get quite a bit of damage onto Nex, who was lurking on the side of the smoke there, a broken wall.
Yeah, Freak and Shazam right now, a little bit worried that someone's going to try and push them out of the courtyard, so they're just keeping on to that for a moment. Sean with an interesting smoke. Exactly how is that going to work out? That looked very calculated, but either way, they're going to push right through it here into Speedy, who takes down both Ricks and Roka, so don't know how to recover from this. 5 versus 3, Nico just off on the timing by a second.
Yeah, that was so close. Speedy with another kill. That's 3 for him. Catches shot. Nico obliterates Shazam. And now it's Freakazoid. He's lurking in the corner, and he nearly gets him to line up, but Nico's too quick for him. 3 kills for Speedy, 2 for Nico. And 9-4 now, Mousesports. They've just dominated ever since the 5th round.
What was so good about that shot from Nico is it looked like it stopped him. It looked like it just sort of, you know, it was the sort of the power, the impact of the shot was enough that it just stopped him mid-air.
If it goes like full Hollywood, where it looks like he's got like a zip line attached to him, where he just gets yanked back, right? You know, it's like that shotgun going off. Still, beautiful, beautiful work there from Mousesports. Echo Fox, yeah, the frustration must be mounting at this point because nothing seems to be working for them. You can understand where they were coming from. I mean, the one thing I'm wondering about that Sean Gares smoke, if he messed it up or not, but his teammates just run in before that smoke even goes off, so then what's the point of the smoke, right? I don't know. That was what I was thinking when I saw that smoke go down.
Yeah, because it looked so calculated as well, and then it didn't seem to play any part in the actual push. I'm just very confused about that. Maybe we'll find out later. Dennis hiding in a corner that people sort of have stopped using for some reason. Maybe because it's so easily Molotov'd out, but Dennis going to get a lot of value through this. 4 headshots, actually 3 headshots, sorry, in a row in a really split second there, and then he also got the first kill in. So quad for Dennis. He's sort of catching up to Chris at this point, and actually him and Speedy both. This is just a powerhouse performance from Chris. Sure, we'd expect that from Dennis and Speedy. They're just really stepping it up right now. 10-14 and moving into the 15th round. And, well, would you say, Semler, that this is turning into a bit of a fox hunt?
I'd say, yeah, I'd agree, man. Nico needs a new coat.
See, now that I am at that, I can make that joke. And people can't even complain about it.
Yeah, this is a ferocious mouse, that's for sure. The fox doesn't know it hit it.
Oh, yeah, someone probably photoshopped some stuff in there. Shazam down, Freakazoid down as well. It's Nico and Chris, the double AWP being put into play, but Chris not expecting the flank that was coming through drop, which is a little bit hard to see. Nico down to 8 as well. It's a 2-on-3 right now. Sean and Roka trying to see if they can get this happening, but the bomb is in control of Dennis and Nex.
Yeah, this is the nightmare situation. Echo Fox is thinking, great, we've got the bomb site, guys. Awesome. Oh, wait, what? No. The bomb is camped, and they have no way of getting back to it. a minute left, and now there's just so many of these angles that they're going to have to worry about. And this is clever. Okay, trying to change it up, going for the boost onto balcony. That might catch Dennis off guard. But Dennis is holding an angle that covers exactly all of the entrances to connector. So unless there's a perfect flash or something to set it up, he's going to be able to spot Shangairs and Roka coming out in a straight line. And he should be the first point of contact. Nex is also just, you know, hanging around, camping on the bomb itself.
Yeah, this is definitely not a good time. They're going to try and see if they can flash their way through. Roka going to be going down, and Sean to follow. That's Dennis coming up with another double kill and an 11-4 finish here in favor of Mousesports. I mean, quite impressive, really. Ultimately, a really bad way to end it there. Bomb site with no bomb. It's like a lunchbox with no lunch.
Yeah, no sandwich in that lunchbox. You only got the apple.
Well,
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from that break. Before we get into the action, just want to remind you to download Team Stream, the free app from Bleacher Report, and follow the eSports stream for all the latest Eleague and eSports news. You can get all your scores, match updates, all that jazz on there, and it's excellent. So, Anders, that was a total blowout performance from Mousesports. They just completely rocked Ectofox. Are they ghosts now? That's how hard they got rocked? Well, it's not looking good for Ectofox right now.
Trying to think if I know any more sort of military, call-outs like that, but we'll get to that another time. Look, I mean, this says at least part of it. First of all, how is Freakazoid one of the ones sort of doing best on the Echo Fox team? That's not supposed to be the case, I think. He's the entry fragger. He's not supposed to be getting a lot of kills. And then Chris absolutely stepping up and going big. Echo Fox had such a lot of speed in the first couple of rounds, and it looked like they were just gonna run down Mousesports entirely, and then after the fourth round, it was done. They just won every round from there on out.
You're right to point that out. It's once they started going back to a default kind of setup, Chris just showed, if you guys are going to try and rush me, I'm going to ruin your day. And the only problem is the default just didn't work at all. Freakazoid, though, about to get wrapped up here in apartments. Just a whole bunch of people running right at him, but he hits one headshot. Still playing the angle, gets the reload, and he gets a second, gets the third. There we go, Freakazoid. Could get the fourth as well. He's so low on HP. One bullet, and he's going to miss it. But he might be able to still lock it down. No, it's not going to happen. Still, he did his job. 3 kills for him in the pistol.
That's just very impressive from Freakazoid. How does he possibly stay alive? That looked so ridiculous. I mean, it looked like he should have been dead. Like, with the USP, if you missed more than 2 shots at that range, there's a pretty good chance you're not going to be able to get any more in. Especially if they were coming from either side. I'm shocked, actually. Great start here for Echo Fox. Speedy, trying to see if he could wrap in, but Sean in an unlikely position, up on the barrel. He's a short guy, so I guess maybe
works out.
I'm trying to get some height advantage in there. But yeah, this is almost ridiculous. I guess at this point in time, Speedy is quite a bit behind him when this battle starts, so maybe that's just what caused it, but you'd think they should be able to take him out. Well done.
Yeah, it's just there was a moment's hesitation there that allowed for the reload, it looked like. But still, I mean, that was very well done by Freakazoid, and that might, you know, give some confidence back here to his team because they need it. They're pretty far behind here on Cobblestone. Mousesports in the lead, 11-5. On that T side, they are going to go for the force buy. No bomb plant, but Freakazoid continues to reign supreme over here on long. Another 2 kills for him with the MP9. So making that money, he's already paid that gun back.
I always think that somehow Freakazoid's personality is like key to how he plays the game, because it really seems like sort of whatever kind of like fear he might have or anything, he just has like, he just sort of puts it out of his mind. He just says, I'm just going to do this, and there's not much of like any kind of second guessing going on, like, well, what if it fails, what if anything? No, I'm just going to like go and do this. And that could be good and bad, obviously, but when it's working right now, it looks really impressive, right? Because he just takes any fight and seems to be making it work really well. Speedy last man there, and that's another quad kill for Freakazoid. So in just the space of a couple of rounds, he's actually top fragging now in the game. 19-1 and 12, trying to see if he can maybe drag Echo Fox back into this Cobblestone map.
Yeah, this is really impressive. I mean, strong start, but we'll have to see, because they looked so strong in the first half, Echo Fox. They picked up the 4 rounds, and then they just completely vanished off the map. And so another strong start here, another pistol round for them. But we'll see if Mousesports can recover in the next round, because this round, can't really expect too much from Mousesports. They're saving money for the next one when they can actually buy some rifles. So it's hard Glocks across the board, a couple of nades to help. I do like that they've got some HEs, because they're like, hey, Freak, if you're going to get aggressive over here in long, it happens to be Shazam who eats those HEs this round, but they were definitely preparing those HEs to just nade Freak into oblivion.
Is this the first instance we have of cross-round baiting? Did Freakazoid push aggressively, and then, you know, like, it's just, he's like, Shazam, why don't you go here this round? I'm sure they won't expect it. I've only been pushing every time. I think it might be. Great job, Freakazoid, baiting out Shazam. I like it. Rick's in the middle, taking a bit of a weird fight with Dennis, and a little bit paranoid that someone was pushing up behind him. Did see the bomb as well. But, I mean, it's a good kill. It sort of stabilizes the situation a little bit, make sure you don't lose any more players, and just make it a 4-on-4 here.
Let's see. I mean, they're still, because they have that scout now. It's on Chris. He's a very competent scout player. And he is over at A long, so he's looking to see if he can't get that going. It is going to be that split onto A. That bomb is miles away, though. So this is going to give some time for Echo Fox to rotate in. Freakazoid has to know that he's been wrapped on. Yep, he's going to spot a man going for the jiggle peek there. Spitty just dancing on the edge. Freak hunts him down. Little do they know there's a second man in here, but with the Glock, it's just not the best weapon, and Sean will be able to mow Nico down. Next getting into the fight, though, and Chris getting a tag with the scout. Still not going to be enough here for Mousesports.
The movement on Nico is so beautiful when he just the way that he navigates into drop and into the middle. It's nothing super extreme. It's just, yeah, just some good movement coming out. Next is going to be going down here. Sean getting a little bit of kill there, and that's going to make it 7-11.
3 HEs, boom. All right, let's see. They do have all the money, though. It's not going to be the end of the world here for Echo Fox. I mean, Shazam can get his AWP. Most important bit here is that Chris J has enough for an AWP and a smoke on top, but he is going glass cannon here. And so, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if, well, on the other hand, Chris is going glass cannon. How does he not have any armor?
I think he had like 5,100 or something like that at the end.
That seems,
what's he at now?
That seems so mad. He's going to immediately go down. That headshot, I mean, the grenade on top, but that's a really big risk. I mean, especially because they got Nico. I don't actually understand that choice. I think that's, you have to expect that, especially if you're going to be AWPing like that, there's a pretty good chance you would get grenaded.
No, he just got wrecked. And in this round now, I mean, that sets up Echo Fox here to get the lockdown going. They've given up drop control. Sean Gares is playing from connector. It's a 2-1-2 kind of setup here for Echo Fox. Not something we see every day. Mousesports are content to sit and wait, try and force some of these nades out of Echo Fox. Echo Fox doing a pretty good job of managing them. However, that fresh smoke going up, 50 seconds left on this clock, but still a great number of flashes, couple of incendiaries here as well for Echo Fox. So they have the tools necessary to just shut Mousesports out. It's going to come a lot. It's going to come down to Dennis now. Can he actually find a headshot here on Plateau to open things up?
I think they have, there's the Molotov going in, so that's how they need to clear that out. There's no reason for them to fight that position, because it's good if people don't Molotov it. Roka picking up a kill there, but they should know roughly where he is. Still a 4-on-3, and Roka pushing very aggressively behind that flashbang. Not actually a bad idea. It looked like he could have maybe got that second kill, but Dennis will pick one up. Shazam not going to miss the opportunity. And Speedy alone with 11 health. Not much of a chance here. Echo Fox coming back in the game. 8-11 right now.
In a big way. All of a sudden, it's not a T-sided map anymore, Anders. It's a CT-sided map, apparently.
Yeah, but I don't even know what's caused it. Because I still don't, like, can you think of a single round where it was the stairwell that made a difference for... Dennis had, like, a really good quad kill, but that was when they had, like, almost no armor, I think, or anything. Like, it was...
Yeah.
It wasn't even, like... I still don't think that stairwell makes a big difference.
Or CT. Uh-oh. Clever. Double HE. Third HE. Still a good bit of information. I mean, you can always assume that there's going to be 3 players towards B on T side, so it's not the end of the world to chuck 3 HEs up there.
Just ruining all the glass monsters in there.
Yeah, but the armor survives, Anders. Thing's indestructible.
It's like 2,000-year-old armor, you know. Gotta be careful. Especially when you're the police, right? You're supposed to be protecting that stuff. Flashbang into the middle. Freak is just going to take a quick peek in there. Does spot out Speedy. Throws in a bit of a grenade, but because they don't have armor, this MP9 buy for Freakazoid just makes a lot of difference, and it makes a lot of sense. Good shot, actually. Shazam. Ooh.
He's woken up.
Is there a challenger to Chris J? Do we have someone willing to try and step up to the fight, it seems? Shazam, triple kill for him. 11-9 being the scoreline now. Top fragging in the game. Still Freakazoid at 22. On the other team, it's evened out. Chris has cooled down a little bit. Speedy and Dennis have caught up. And on the bright side, though, Nico and Next are also sort of creeping in there. So this could actually be now a very interesting game. I feel like we're getting to the point here where it's really hard to judge who could win this.
Yeah, it does feel like anybody's game, doesn't it? Especially going into this next round here. 9-11, Echo Fox, they've nearly closed the gap. They've nearly tied things up as far as the score is concerned. But Mousesports have now got the money to go for a buy. And Chris, super passive hold here to just try and see if he can catch out Freakazoid or anybody trying to go aggressive on that CT side. Changes it up to look into underpass, another spot where you could actually hope to catch somebody. And Freakazoid, he did take a little bit of wallbang damage there.
Yeah, just enough to make him give up on that position. But he does sort of rotate on over towards Shazam. Seems like there was a call not to do that. This is where things get very interesting. Look at this. This is... I mean, in a normal round, this is complete madness what Echo Fox are doing. Leaving Roker alone in B, putting 4 people over at A. This is absolutely the mind of Sean Gares at play right now. And look how well this is being read. You're watching something that's very hard to do, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Counter-Strike should be all about. Shazam going to be falling back here, trying to see if he can find the right angle. Fantastic shot, taking down next. And look at Sean and Rick's creeping in from behind. Speedy's here to watch it, but he's actually turning around at maybe just the wrong time. Did he spot Rick's? He did, and ends up taking him out. And Sean, he may have actually mind-gamed himself. He's walking in towards the B bomb side all the way from the hallways, but the bomb is over at A. This is a crazy round.
What is going on here? He's going to be able to spot them running right back out. Look at that free kill onto Chris. A little bit long on the spray, and Dennis is going to be able to get the punish. We're back into a 3-on-3 somehow, and Nico, no! He gets shut down by Roka! That looked like a guaranteed kill for Nico, like he was going to open it all up for his teammates. Instead, Roka shuts him down, and now it's down to Dennis and Speedy.
Especially because he heard Nico, so he heard Roka running around like that. There's so much audio information, and it still wasn't enough. Now Speedy's going to come out here, check the whole bomb site. 10 seconds left. If they plant the bomb and Roka gets the kill on the bomb planter, that'll be the end of it. Speedy gets 1 shot in, 4 seconds left. The bomb is going to be going down, and Speedy stepping up big. That's a quad kill for him, saving the round for Mousesports. Seemed like they should have never won it. This round we could analyze for quite a long time to try and break it down. So much madness going on in this one round.
Where's the weatherman when you need him?
Yes. I mean, that is the call that's being made to put Roker alone and the 4 people over there. It looked so perfect. But I think the fact that they didn't find anyone in the middle, and then Sean thought, well, maybe they are actually the hallways. I'll try and sneak up behind. And I think that's when things broke apart a little bit. Crazy round.
He was so on point with the read as well, because that is also one of the standard plays for Mousesports. You leave Nico and Drop alone, then you have your 4 players heading over towards A site. So, Sean, yeah, you're right. He is just on point with the calls once again. But for now, at least, this Mousesports going back to what worked in the last round, perhaps. I mean, they are setting it up. Again, Nico alone and Drop. 4 players gathered up towards A long. This time, Shazam elects to back off pretty early. just giving ground. And, well, it's Freakazoid who's once again in danger. They do have 3 players over here, though. They really have just said, actually, Mousesports, they don't want to go B site when things get rough. And so we're going to focus everything on A to just shut them out.
Yeah, or maybe there is a tell that we don't know about that Sean has sort of discovered that actually this is how they like to play. Either way, it's looking very good for the call right now. Dennis going to be creeping in here. Rick's trying to get a little bit of a shot in, but it will be Shazam again opening it up. And Freak now left alone in danger. No one there to help him out. Nico goes down, and Speedy trying to get in from behind. He does get the 1 kill, but it's not enough. Rick's coming in with a really good double return. And now Dennis 1-on-2 in 35 seconds, and the bomb is down there on the slope. That's the worst possible position. He has to go down and try and get back up, but that's never going to happen. Ricks will take him out. And this is very bad for Mousesports. That 12th round was the first they won on the second half, and they immediately get reset.
I'm really not liking Freakazoid's position over in danger, to be frank. Because if you're going to have Shazam playing so passively behind, if Shazam falls off that angle, as you can see here, Ricks and Shazam playing as a duo, but if as soon as they fall off of that, and somebody's still alive, Freakazoid's dead. Because he's going to get wrapped from underpass, he's going to get wrapped from A long. Like, there's just nothing he can do. All you can hope to do is battle his way out. But if you're getting, just basically flanked, crushed.
I would actually say the only way that position makes sense is if he... Oh, wait a minute, Nico very quick down here in connector. Oh, he's going to run Freakazoid down. That's a pretty good little movement there, and sprays down Shazam. They don't have any armor. Well, Nico's the only one who has armor, and he's already getting a double kill. Could have maybe been a triple, but Ricks is going to take him out. It's 4 versus 3. Well, I'll get back to the point about Freak's position in a bit, because that grenade going to rain in. Oh, Speedy. It's almost 80 damage in 1 grenade.
Yeah, that hurts. Without Kevlar, man, that shrapnel is going to rip you to shreds. But it's still a man advantage here for Mousesports, and they have had time to set up for the defense. But Sean Garris is going to barrel through that smoke, take down next. Ricks is going to catch Speedy out in the open. Big spray here from Ricks. Picks up the 2nd kill, and Roka shuts down Chris. Still, 2 kills and a bomb plant on pretty much a hard eco round is not too shabby for Mousesports.
Oh, definitely a very good job. They're going to be excited about that one. I think the... What are you doing, Freakazoid? Did he need like a little nap so he puts his hand over his face and says, nighty night? Look.
Really? Is like... If he's just hiding right now. You can't see him.
Yeah.
As soon as you block his vision, that's it.
That's how Freak is joining in the diffusers.
Are we literally comparing him to a 3-year-old or a 2-year-old?
Puts his hands on his eyes and just tries to defuse the bomb. Look, I think the only way that setup can work is if you show the 2 people like they did. You show Ricks and you show Shazam over at long, and then what are the chances that there'll be a 3rd man there? That's but then when Freakazoid starts fighting, it's different, right? But if you were sort of hiding in danger, maybe it could make some amount of sense. But I still agree. I don't think it's any kind of an epic setup here. 11-12 though is pretty damn good. Again, this first half finished 11-4 in favor of Mousesports, and now Echo Fox, they seem to be right back in style here. Very impressed by the sort of mental fortitude of the American team right now.
Roka making use of those stairs. He's going to spot the man lurking out. Instant headshot onto Dennis. It's 12-11 Mousesports in the lead still, but this is a big round for them. They've just spent all of their money after ecoing in the last one. Chris going to eat some nade damage. Not too bad, actually. Drop down to 74. But it's still the man advantage here for Echo Fox, although that might change. And Chris, yes, just charges through the smoke, shuts down Roka, and now it's all on Ricks to hold drop. He's got the help of Sean Garris as well, who's going for the bait, and then Ricks is there to trade 1 for 1.
Sort of works out, but then Nico also going to be taking out Freak. Sean hiding, and now he's out in the open. Gave up on that position, and that almost gives Nico a free kill here. So 3 for him in the round. Shazam sneaking up from behind. Can they afford to let go of this AWP? The answer is a definite no. They can't really buy anything, and so definitely save the AWP. This is mad. Why is he trying to go for this? I actually think this is a catastrophic mistake from Shazam, and gonna end up going down eventually. Was there any way that he was possibly going to get all 3 kills and defuse the bomb in that situation?
Maybe what he's thinking is just getting the 1, right? Because he knows that they don't have much money either, right? So if he gets the 1, only 2 people survive from Mousesports. 1 guy's got a force. Yeah. Maybe he's thinking that's the only economic game I can think of that actually makes sense there. But
it's just the problem. I mean, they could have had, even if they wanted to, they could have actually saved the AWP. Shazam could have dropped. Oh, well, so they could have saved the AWP, and Ricks and Roka could have bought, and then the rest could have bought just like 5-7 armor. If they really wanted to make a buy, they actually could sort of halfway do it. But even if they just had the AWP, why not just save it and try and hero it, See if you can't do that. He's been getting a lot of opening frags. I actually think that was a a fairly silly mistake.
Well, think about it yesterday, right? Versus Na'Vi on Dust 2.
Yeah.
You know, that one hero op round, Shazam saves it, and then Shazam gets 3 kills and allows them to actually win the round on an eco. So, I mean, Shazam can have that kind of impact in the round. Right now, though, it's going to be the tactical timeout called by Echo Fox. Good time for it. I mean, they're right on the edge of letting Mousesports run away with this. Mousesports up to 13 rounds, so right on the doorstep, basically. And Mouse are going to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, because in spite of everything that's happened, they're still on track to maybe win the map here. Freakazoid and Speedy, I can't believe that this is the comparison that we're making, especially as yesterday Speedy was essentially a useless player on this team. There's I think one map out of the 4 that they played that he had like some sort of impact on. I mean, he had 2, and this is in spite of the fact that he had 2 aces, you know? How ridiculous is that?
Yeah.
He was still not playing very well. Now, definitely a different matter. He's topping the scoreboard on Mousesports with 22 kills, and Freakazoid on his team for 22 as well. What a strange day. Yesterday was a strange day as well.
It's all over the place. I mean, yeah, it's what we brought up at the beginning of the day, right? Yesterday, it broke even on 6 maps. Across the board, everybody got 1-1 in their first matchups here of the group. So it's the first time that had happened as well. Normally, you expect the first seed, Na'Vi, to just kind of stomp through. They pick up their 2-0s, and then, you know, everything kind of proceeds according to plan. But everybody was very even yesterday, even Na'Vi showing some weakness.
Yeah, and I mean, I was feeling quite confident and satisfied with sort of the mainstream European elitism that was going into this group. We're thinking, you know, of course, Echo Fox are not going to do anything. How ridiculous, you know? And actually, they're playing a really good game. Now, they still might lose this map, and that might be partly sort of due to the fact that obviously that first half is so ridiculous. Like 11-4 is such a powerful scoreline that it's hard to come back from. But they've made it very interesting here, and it's 11-13. We are going to hint around where Echo Fox don't go for any kind of a buy, which you can't really blame them for, but they are trying to, bit of a stack, bit of a trick maybe over here.
Trying to get clever.
Playing on the castle wall. Gotta be dangerous.
King's men gonna be able to put them back together again? I mean, that's what we're gonna have to find out when Mousesports decide to run over there and start ripping into that stack. If they do it at all.
Yeah, look how defensive they're being on the other side. And that's kind of a natural and I think a very reasonable response to someone doing a tactical timeout, you know? You got to think, ooh, they've got a big plan coming. Now, obviously, they don't have any big plans here, but the upcoming round they will, but you can't necessarily know that. So I think it's reasonable enough to try and be defensive after a tactical timeout.
Oh, perfect timing for that flash for Spitty. And he'll be able to find one. Rix, though, will shut down Nico, so it does work out in the end, a 1-for-1 trade, and now Speedy has to worry about leaving this AK behind. Yeah, he is going to manage it. He should actually find a way to just completely deny one of these AKs. Okay, then. I guess not. Never mind.
Oh, that's such a good Molotov. Beautiful play coming out right now. And Dennis actually does manage to flip the spray right onto Freakazoid, but Roka coming back in. Would have been beautiful if it could have been a third in the sequence there, but it's still pretty good. Now, Rix is over here. He only has 16 bullets and only 12 of the actual magazine, so we'll see if he can maybe come up with a couple of kills. It's very possible with the CSAT-75. It's such a powerful pistol. Does get the one kill, and now he has 5 left to take out Chris J. So one-on-one here. CSAT-75 versus AWP. Chris going for the bomb plant. He had to, and he will be successful. Now he's going to come around the corner. Not going to be quite enough. Rix, very good effort, but it will be Mousesports coming out on top, 14-11. And we're just 2 rounds away from the German, Dutch, and Bosnian team coming out on top.
Right, I know.
Very confusing.
Serbian
mix.
too now, if we count Kasad, right?
Serbian too, yeah. They got everything going on.
It's just, you know, good mix, healthy mix. One of the few, like, true mixes that we have working right now, apart from FaZe, where they've agreed, you know, actually English is the language. And, you know, before Mousesports would have been German, right? Now it's, you know, it's turning into more of an international team. FaZe were one of the first teams to actually do that as well. Which is fun when you think about it. Now you've got, what, French, Portuguese, Norwegian.
Everything.
FaZe, yeah, it's just all over the place.
Shazam, bit out in the open. Pretty good flashbang there to deny him the angle, and that seemed really silly. I guess I'm impressed by the fact that Speedy got that angle, but it seemed like Shazam just wasn't mentally ready for that one.
What's going on though, Speedy? Hoping to get lucky there, Roka. Is it Roka on the other side? It's Roka with the AWP. All right, then. That was like the slowest jump ever. Thought for sure Roka would actually land that shot. Luckily for Speedy, that smoke was just covering him. Freakazoid, he's left all by his lonesome over here on the A side. 3 players gathered up for Mousesports, working A long. And if he peeks into Chris J, this is going to get nasty for him. Instead, he's deciding to fall back just a hair, not fully commit to this. Still a little bit of a one-and-done sort of position for him, though. So he has to be careful here, Freak. There's the peek for info, and he gets chewed up by Dennis.
Rick's making a lot of noise trying to walk in behind there, and Nico going to be able to refrag that quite easily. 2 versus 4 for the retake. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, it is extremely painful to have to give up the map point here to Mousesports without a fight, but if you go for it, then you really won't have a lot of money either way. Roka going to pick up a kill. That still makes it very difficult. You'd have to have a lot of confidence. They do have a smoke and a Molotov, so those are like, actually, I think the biggest reasons why they might try and go for it, but I'd still say it's a bit insane.
Yeah, they're just hoping to catch somebody out. There you go. Chris going for the aggressive peek. That might have done it. And now Chris, he's playing it wise. He's backing off. He's going to wait until one of his teammates confirms contact. Dennis has been spotted, though. Sean Garris with the instant headshot on him. But that bomb is still planted for Chris, and Sean knows it. He needs to get over here to try and shut Chris out of it. And no kit on Roka means this is just impossible. Never going to get that defuse in time.
Yeah, see, I assumed that they'd be able to pick up a kit somewhere along the way. As soon as they can't, then none of it even matters. Like, smoke diffusing is definitely a real option if you have a kit. If you don't, then that almost never happens.
Yeah. No, you're right. Frustration here. I mean, after such a terrific first half for Echo Fox, does it, break down to, well, wait a second. Mousesports had the terrific first half. I'm just totally flipping things in my head all of a sudden.
But, I mean, the second half has been very impressive for Echo Fox. They did a really good job coming back into it. They even reset Mousesports after they sort of won the one round when it was like 12-9 or something. They just instantly came back into it. Roka with a really good opening here. They obviously need it. It's 15-11 right now. We're right on the edge as Freakazoid going to be picking up a kill on Dennis. Still a 4 versus 3, and we could very well see overtime if Echo Fox win this round. That's definitely a possibility. Sean playing close, and if they really want to pick up these rifles, and they will be successful.
I'll pick up the 1, so now Sean Garris actually has an AK to work with here. But it is again going to be action on A, and now the game is up. Speedy has been spotted. And the rotation is coming out here from Echo Fox onto the site. Sean, will he actually be able to have an impact with that picked up AK? That's going to be the big question here. Rick's doing a little bit of damage, trading with Chris. Shazam behind with the Max 7, not going to get anything out of it, but Sean is there to trade on next. And they're maintaining the man advantage here, Echo Fox.
Can they get the bomb down? Chris has only got 15 health. They don't have any grenades, though, on the CT side, so they can't easily punish him. Speedy going to be the one to put the bomb down. All the way behind, Chris close range. Oh, that shot actually hit the guy behind. And Rix is going to be going down, but so is Chris. And now it's a 1-on-2 for Speedy here. And he's been playing so well. He's going to pick up the 1 kill, 14 health left. 1 pellet here from Freakazoid, and he's going to be out of it. He just needs the AK headshot. Not going to happen. Freak will take him out. And there will be enough time to defuse. He doesn't have a kit. Freak, please, don't play with us like that.
You can get the gun afterwards.
Yeah.
You will have time to pick up the AWP.
That's a triple kill for Freakazoid, though, and Echo Fox staying in the game just a little while longer here. 15 to 12, though, and we'll see if they can actually bring it into overtime right now.
Have to give it to Freak, though. He has really stepped up for his team. I think he's top fragging now for them as well. But in this round in particular, not only does he get the clutch, but he also shut down that rampage that Dennis was on from Plateau. So just Freakazoid having an impact all over the place across the map right now. This guy is really stepping up. When yesterday it was really Shazam, and Shazam actually had a couple of flashy rounds earlier. He's only sitting on 12 kills today. So
yeah, I think the problem is even one that I think Shazam right now is just making a lot of really bad decisions, like almost sort of in a row. It's a little bit frustrating to watch. Sean pushing back here, and it looked like Mousesports were simply trying to catch Echo Fox off guard with a really aggressive push and see if they're going to be successful or not. They're out on the B-bomb side. They might actually be able to do this. Roka going to pick up 1 kill. Riggs with another one. A great double for Roka. That's very important. It's so hard behind that fountain to stay alive. The bomb is now dropped on the wrong side of the fountain from Mousesports' point of view, but next with a good shot on Riggs brings it back into a 2-on-2.
What is going on? Now Freakazoid knows that somebody's holding close to connector, so you should be aware of the angle. Catches Speedy. Next on the site itself gets full flash, so he isn't able to trade the kill effectively. And well, now he has to worry. He is going to I thought for a second he would actually catch the angle there on Freakazoid. Freakazoid might be able to shoulder peek right back into it. Yes, he does, and Nex, easy shot for him to land at that point. Nex stepping up in a big way. And now it's all on Shazam. Man, we were just criticizing at the beginning of this round for him to step up and actually get this clutch in, but with no smoke, life's a little bit difficult here for Nex, but Shazam has given up the angle. And so with 40 seconds left in the round, Nex can now, I mean, he can do whatever he wants. Shazam has completely given up this angle. He's expecting Nex to try and hunt him down and go aggressive.
Yeah, he's worried about that. And because there's so much time left, that's definitely a possibility. You can't really even, can hardly blame Shazam for that. One-on-one though. Nex faking it a couple of times. He, in return, is also quite paranoid that someone's going to be walking close. So now the bomb is down and the game is kind of up. Shazam has to try and see if he can walk in here. Running close, and there's Nex taking about quad kill for the German player. Will make it 16-12 in favor of Mousesports on Cobblestone. Quite a battle to get there, and looked like it could have gone either way, but at the end, will be the European team coming out just slightly ahead. Yeah,
not the expected result. Definitely expected Mousesports to be struggling quite a bit more, but they really flipped it up. And I mean, again,
oh, the nightmare, the returning, I can't believe it. Who spent the time doing this? That's what I want to know.
That is the soul, you know, the mind, just a window into the mind of a very sick person.
Great reactions from the players. I love it. Look, when we get back after the break, we're going to have a full analysis of what is actually a really interesting game, so I really look forward to it, and it'll be after the break.